Welcome to the Changeroom, where we bring you the best of local and international sports around the world. I'm your man Tibs, and my co-host who puts the buffoon in buffoonery, who's my yin to my yang. Come on, boy.
Wow, really? That's how you're gonna open the show?
Hey, man.
You come here for food.
You know
never mind. My name is Sbu Zulu, and like he said, we're talking nothing else but sports, bringing you the best sports commentary. And man, it's been a crazy weekend. But before we get into that, how was your weekend, brother?
Hey, bro, I lived, bro. We were strong.
Hey, I saw your Instagram singing there, holding mics. So are you okay, my brother?
Hey, you know, bro, I was living the best life, fam. I'm the karaoke king in the freestyle, bro.
Hey, all right. So let's forget about that. Great sporting weekend. What do you have today?
Hey, man, it's gonna be a good week, bro. Like we're back with the local rugby.
Yes.
We are back. All the Pro 14 teams are out there doing some preseason friendlies.
Yeah.
So that they can get match fit for the games. So we're going to be discussing that. We'll be discussing the Six Nations.
Yeah.
We'll be analyzing the power of Mamelodi Sundowns taking across the African continent. And
dropping things. It's okay.
And we'll be doing other news. And other news.
Of course.
So then let's start off, because we're in Durban. Let's start off with the Mighty Sharks. They won 35-10 against the Griquas.
How are you still speaking while picking up your things?
But I'm the multitasker. Let me live, bro. How do you feel like the Sharks performed, bro? Because it was a tight game in the first 30 minutes. Eh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Griquas were hitting the ground running from the onset. They led for like 10 points for the longest time, and it was a bit disappointing for the Sharks for the longest time in a couple of phases in the first half. And you know, you could tell that most of these players are not really used to playing that much. But that's the great thing about this SA Rugby Premiership, preparations, sort of like tournament, which obviously gears everybody up, and also the players and what we can expect. Maybe a bit, it might influence maybe the British and Irish Lions call up, maybe here and there, but it's great, man. It was nice. I was really impressed with a couple of players actually. And you know, talking about the likes of Apele Fassi was on the money.
It's fine,
but at his ultimate best. Pepsi Utelezi.
Your boy,
that's my boy. Definitely.
Yeah, bro. Local lad from Durban. Right?
You know what I like about him? About how he performed on the day. I think it has also brought in that competition for that loose, you know, the loosies, you know. And we obviously with Siyakolisi, we're still waiting to see when he's gonna come in. But they said like maybe later on in the month. They have that. They all the Dylan Richardson. They have a couple of players there, so it makes that whole thing exciting. And at number 8, Skumuzo Noche was unplayable for the longest time, and now Pepsi Mtolezi is showing so much of a quality that he can bring and what he can do. So it was great to see. And Werner Kok, for me.
Werner Kok is here, bro.
Yeah.
And he's coming through. Like, he's a new signing, right? And for me, what I like the most, actually, is like the potential is now being fulfilled. Like, all of these people had a lot of potential. They had big schoolboy rugby careers, but now it's that they're translating it from being in like the Sharks and youth teams to now even coming from other provinces straight to the Sharks. And now it looks like they are delivering at the highest level. Because for me, like, Apele Fassi has been known for the past 2 to 3 seasons as, we don't know if he's a fly half, is he a fullback? We were still discussing, but now I think he's found his feet and he's really taking the Sharks to like, take them to the next level. Like, he can be our Vinny LaRue from back in the day, right?
Probably, because I mean, Apele Fassi has been good, man. Even during the Super Rugby, you know, the one where everyone was still under the Sansa Federation, it was good. And during that season, which was halted because of the pandemic, he was at his ultimate best. And I mean, talking about, you know, the British and Irish tour from last year, you know, he was tipped to obviously overtake that 15, and it was just a beautiful thing to see when he obviously got injured, playing his best rugby, came back slowly but surely, and then after, you know, on Sunday, when the Sharks played against the Griquas, you showed the class that we know him to have and everything. So it was great for the Sharks. And obviously, I mean, there's just other couple of players, Ntutugo Mkhulu, Fez Mbata here and there. So it was exciting to see. And I think the Sharks have a good thing going on. It's just that it's the first round of this sort of tournament. We're yet to see what they can do against the Bulls side.
You know. The stronger teams in the competition. Definitely. But I really liked how the Sharks dominated, and then they came into the format, and like then it was an easy victory. It was a very easy victory, but a game that wasn't so easy to call was the Cheetahs versus the Stormers.
Fire, bro.
That was ultimate. Bruh, we are all attacking. Nobody go defend. Nobody go defend. It was for everyone home. It was 33-34 to the Cheetahs. It was end-to-end action. If you do anything, go watch that game. And you will see side steps, goose steps that you have never seen since you've in high school, right?
Maybe you've seen them.
No, you've seen them.
You've seen them.
But yeah, in pre-season, like you haven't seen it. So for me, but the man that was the catalyst of all of that was Roscoe
Spec Magic. Spec Magic.
Ooh,
what a point.
Superstar. Trying to translate into the 15 game.
Got a hat-trick.
Got a hat-trick of tries, but hey, like you saw that with more players, by his defensive structure on the wing had it for him, man.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. I mean, you know, it's very difficult to find an all-round great winger that can attack and defend and be, you know, have all the impacts going forward and coming back. And it's dude, I mean, it happens, you know. It's sort of one of those things. Maybe he can still improve. But I mean, Makazole Mapimpi is one of the wingers that is not that great defensively, great moving forward, and I mean he can get you the tries, but he can't stop the tries for you. So I don't think you can really crucify him, especially. I think this is like sort of like the week we can celebrate Speckman for the hat tricks, for the hat trick, for the side steps, for the flair and everything. I mean, also just looking all around for the Cheetahs, the influence of sort of like the experienced players.
You know, I'm a fan of experience, right?
You know, definitely.
Your boys, Ruben Pino and Francois Steyn, where I'm like, obviously Francois Steyn made it to the World Cup squad. I was really happy for him.
Did he win 2 World Cup?
And he's played like every position in the back line. But
definitely,
for me, what he brings is like, because back in the day he was not really a Speckman, but he was the X Factor player.
Yeah, definitely.
He was the player that, you know, the impact player that you give him the ball, he's going to do something. Whether he bounces somebody, whether he kicks it 80 meters, whether he drop kicks on the halfway line, like he was the man that would really do something. And now that he's like, obviously he's getting to the twilight of his career, now he's learning to actually play like the actual structured format of the game.
Yes, definitely. And you know, I like what you say there, because he's at his twilight. I don't think he's approaching. He's at his twilight right now.
Hey, man, however, be positive, fam.
And you know what's the best thing one can do at that age, playing any sports? You focus on what you know best. You don't try and want to run faster. You'll injure yourself. You don't have the time to do that. You come in, you bring in your experience of playing sports mentally. You run less but you're still impactful with the ball or without the ball. And I mean, his kicking boot is absolutely amazing. That man can kick, eh? And it's been fantastic. One Pinar leading at that 9 is fantastic, you know. And you know, I was speaking of nines. We'll touch obviously into this when you're speaking about the Wales and England game. You know, I'm just lately I've been very much interested in seeing how the nines operate locally in our shores and internationally, and just seeing the dynamic and what they bring into the game, and what does it really mean to be a 9 this time around. And he's playing in such a very cool, calm and classy play in that 9, and it's been very great for the Cheetahs. And I mean, ever since France came back, I think as of the Super Rugby this hours, the unlocked one, you know, ever since he joined or rejoined the South African shores of the team, he's been playing, you know, and he's been very impactful for the Cheetahs going forward. And so it's been great to see some things like that. And you know, it's he can only get better, but obviously within his age, obviously.
Like you said about Ruben Pino, like for me, I think he should be in like the Springbok, just because the experience. No, not to play. Like the 3 scrum halves that they take on. So, like for me, because how he knows how to control a game. He might not be the quickest, but like he's played fly half as well in the like, so he understands the control of the game. Because I think we have a lot of good young scrum halves, but it's understanding how to dictate, control the game, and his kicking game is the best.
I agree with you. I mean,
okay, cool. If you disagree with me, you can come in the comments below. But that's my opinion.
Disagree.
But Francois Steyn and Ruben Pienaar were very big under the Jake White era, and Jake White has now decided to take over the Bulls. And the Bulls ran riot, eh?
That was a rampage, a riot.
I would say a stampede of elephants, if you because
they were playing the elephants.
Because they were playing the Eastern Province elephants, and it was
80 something for
10. Yeah, it was the thing that was. Like people are saying, the Bulls are playing running rugby and exciting, they were offloading, but it is also the opposition that you were playing. Like I feel like I don't want to judge the Bulls yet. I think they played amazingly. I want to lie to you. The Bulls were playing flowing rugby, they were defending, but it's also they had the weakest of the opposition out of all the main teams.
True.
So you could see from the other teams, like Griquas were resilient in the first 30 minutes, then the energy died. You saw against the Stormers and Cheetahs, both teams were out there playing, trying to sort out their attacks and their defenses. Defenses were hurrying. But again, I think the Bulls just got a run out. You know, the Bulls just got to go through the motions, practice all their combination play.
And they worked.
And they worked. And for me, I like that at 50, they weren't just like, no, let's feel shame.
They went in.
They're like, bruh, I'm fighting for my position. Let's do the damn thing.
You know what's also a great thing about this Bulls side is that obviously besides being coached by Jake White, they have a couple of players like to choose from, you know, and they also have like a couple of former Springboks. It's a mixture of young, exciting players coming in, and you know it makes it difficult if they're gonna play a team like EP Elephants, who you know they don't really have much of players to choose from, and that's their best 15 or best 20 plus players, 23 players, or a match day squad that they had there. It's their best players. They don't really have much pool to choose from, and not enough quality. Unfortunately, it will always come down to quality. And the Elephants, they basically are the weakest team in this sort of like pool of fixtures or tournament, and every team will obviously go at them. And that's what makes everything exciting now, because they also have a chance to at least, you know, showcase what they can do, because all these players are what they can do for themselves is try and securing moves to your Sharks, your Bulls, your Stormers, and you know the much better sort of like franchises. No disrespect to EP Elephants, but you know what, these other franchises much more bigger, much more better, have much better infrastructure and everything moving forward. Well, coached well, I know they have Peter de Villiers at the helm, but he can only do so much, you know? And again, these guys, they have a chance, you know, whenever they play against the Sharks, they can showcase. I mean, the Sharks having to, you know, being right there, neighbors, they always go to the Eastern Province to try. And quite an interesting thing, remember when the MVM Holding signed with the Sharks, they said something. They said that as much as we based in Durban, the priority is to improve Eastern Cape rugby.
I think that's been a major thing since the EP Kings came in.
Exactly.
And you know, try to get them into Super Rugby. We've always tried to uplift the communities in places that don't have the Pretorias, the Western Capes, the KwaZulu-Natal's infrastructure.
And players don't have to travel far to obviously, you know, like try and further their rugby careers. So it's going to be a nice thing. And like I said, this is also going to give us a nice, clear view as to what we can expect from some of the players. And, you know, like I'm just saying, it's a bit far-fetched if the Precision Irish Lions, maybe they can make the cut there. A bit far-fetched, but most of them fringe players all over all these franchises. Moving forward, we have a couple of young players that we can come in instead of thinking that Ruben Pienaar must come back to the Springboks. I mean, why?
I feel like you're hating on my poor Ruben.
I'm not hating, but look, looking at the nines that we're seeing right now, that who's that boy, the Bulls 9? Forgot his name.
Papier.
Ambrose Papier. It's exciting. You have your Sayano Hamba here, Jaden Hendricks. You have quite a few players that you can build, you know, moving to the 2023. So I think, you know, I know we all like Ruan. We respect Ruan, but relax, ne?
Relax. I'm sorry. Okay, no. As you're saying about like all the players going towards the British and Irish lands, like for us, we're gonna go to the Six Nations.
Definitely.
And that game full of controversy. Absolutely.
Dubious things, huh?
I'm not a fan to blame. Actually, I am a fan to blame a ref. But Wales, somehow Wales keep winning. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they grabbed the ref this time, but like, that ref, for the life of me, for everyone, like, you must watch this. Like, I don't understand how the ref went to the TMO, watched the footage back, and still did not call that second try a knock-on. I couldn't get it.
That was the most. I actually started questioning my own rugby knowledge. I was like, what is this? What is this? What is a knock-on? What is? How do you call that? And you know what? Crazy thing. I think I read this yesterday. A statement by referee association chief, whatever, said something about, you know, the referee only admitted after he's watched the game that he made a dubious call. And imagine the damage has already been done. And, you know, with obviously England having to be defending champions, they already suffered a couple of defeats, or this was their second. And it's already taking the chances away. Definitely. And how do you heal there?
No, because and this is what confused me about it. Because for me, the knock-on rule is if you drop the ball, Shaba, it's a knock-on.
Like, the foot.
And then he ran past the ball, and then they're like, no wait, because you ran past the ball, it went backwards. I'm like, no,
it's going forward.
I'm like, he was past the ball.
Man.
It just for me. I think Wales can win this thing just because I don't understand. They just get lucky. 2 yellow cards. Yes. Now the ref is on their side. The world is like 2020. Wales, I'm coming for you. But even although that happened, I will say that Wales deserved to win the game. Like, I don't think I saw, like I said in the previous week, I never saw again enough from England to justify them winning. Like, their forwards, they were strong. Again, the backline, I just never felt like there was any, like, Farrell was trying, but then
it wasn't working.
Ben Youngs was doing a thing, but then I felt like Wales capitalized on the opportunities, because I remember all of the tries came from like penalty situations. Penalty try. There was cool. They got a penalty, scrum off, tapped on the 22-meter line, ran through that. Like, it was England not being switched on. Definitely. And that's why I'm like, cool. The dubious call was a thing. But Wales, for the past 3 games, I've seen them. What they have done is they've seen something and they've attacked and they've won.
Whether it's a dubious call or not, it's still something.
Exactly.
It's still something.
And I think that's what you need to win games, is those tight 50-50 situations. Do you have a person that's going to take the man on? Do you have somebody that's going to see that the homie's sleeping? And Wales have done that for 3 games, and I'm excited for Wales versus France. Because do you think
that'd be crazy,
that France can catch Wales?
No. France definitely. No, France are quality, man. France are, dude. Look, dude. Listen to me. Okay, France right now. I think also there's most stern test is coming up this weekend. They're playing England, and that'd be another exciting one. But obviously, just coming back to England, right, in that game, you know, they have their quality players, proven players, track record. Youngs, they have, I think it's Atkinson, the right winger. I think it's right wing. Yeah, and what's the 9's name? The number 9.
Ben Youngs. Or the new one.
The young one. The young one. I think it was quite exciting, and I think he also scored a try for England, if I'm not mistaken. But however, they don't seem like a team that got to a final, Rugby World Cup final. It's Namibia in the Six Nations. You know, it's like they're adding numbers. The only time they can get a couple of points when you're playing Italy. Italy they are the Namibia of the Six Nations. And you look at that, and I'm thinking of, you know, Eddie Jones being this coach who, you know, and who's experienced and who was sort of like, you know, seen it all, and having to coach a side that looks like they have no heart, nothing. You have your Murray Itoje, you have your Owen Farrell, you have all these guys, but still you are unable to do the most basic things. I mean, Wales dominated from the onset, 3 minutes in. 10 minutes in, they were
had
there.
it covered.
They had it covered. Okay, forget about the dubious calls and everything. However, for them to have that is just because they were on the front foot. They were in their 22. They were attacking. And a lot of fouls committed by England. Wales capitalized. They kicked the ball to the far side. I saw Owen Farrell waiting for the guy to come down to try and tackle him. I mean, that is weird. You know, that is weird. For someone who cheats like that, you'd expect he would cheat and do something better. But icon. So yeah, I mean, look, England, for me, like I did say, that I don't give him a chance this time around. I'm still sticking with France, and it should be an exciting one. We'll talk about that one later. But it's been great to see, you know, like Wales, Pivac there, you know, he's doing something. It's exciting. I don't think they are convincing as such for me.
No, they're not.
But they somehow, like you always say.
That's what I said. They're not convincing, but somehow they keep winning.
Yes.
So for me, I want to find out what part 4 and part 5 of the somehow is going to be. Because I don't know how they're doing it.
Catch us next in the next episode of Somehow.
Somewhere. But speaking of dominating Europe, we're going to speak about dominating the African continent now. Yeah. In football terms, our local boys, Mamelodi Sundowns, are absolutely tearing it up in the CAF. They won 5-1.
5-1, 5-1. And
Tembe Zwane has been literally the most consistent PSL player in the past 2 seasons.
Definitely.
Like sign up for president even. Sign up, we'll vote. We'll vote. Yeah. Lead us, take over Africa. And I think it's a very big thing for like local South African football to be out there in CAF competing against, you know, the Moroccos, the Egyptian teams of the world that have dominated Africa for all these years. And to know that we are actually like representing and like performing at that level where like they are more dominant there than they even on the PSL. Like they're still dominant in the PSL, but like I feel like they try harder.
they do the most, right? I think also that mentality that was left by Pito Musima and having to, you know, like they take the CAF seriously. It's obviously now, you know, it's in them right now. And Sundowns playing against the team Palu's dead or something, however you say it, 5-1, and that Oak handball, stopping the ball with their hand, 5-1, you know, from 3 minutes in, they go on to score 5 goals. It's in Africa, it's their second win in the group stages. They won 2-0, they won 5, now they've scored 7 goals in 2 matches. I think they've only conceded 1. They are on the money. I mean, Sundowns is dominating in their group in the CAF. They are dominating in the country. They are still in the run in Nedbank Cup, and they are on course to a treble, whether it happens or not. But Sundowns have been like one of the most consistent teams, and you know, look, the DNA, the piece of DNA mentality is still there. The 3 musketeers doing 3 things and 3 everything. They are killing it, and it's just great. And it's in the shadow, just right in their shadow. You know, we're not gonna talk about it, but the Kaizer Chiefs thing.
But I'm a cozy for life.
For life,
because they lost 4-0.
But anyway, we're not gonna talk about those guys. It's really hard. By the way, it's coming from Pirates fans. The people should understand.
We love you. We love sports.
Yes, we love sports.
We want us to do well in Africa.
Definitely, bro. It's really sad. But anyway, moving from that, I mean, Sundowns, great stuff. And like you said, Temba Zwane, undoubtedly the best player in the most recent years in South Africa. And I think he's like, I was surprised to see his age. I think he's like 30 plus.
He's in his either late 20s or he's like 30.
No, right there, 30 there. Whether he's 31 or something, but he's really good. He's been ticking. The team is doing well. Kemet Erasmus also coming in. I think they were in the weekly team of the week in CAF. Both of them is doing well. Pisa Sharilile is scoring non-stop.
I don't understand.
That guy, no, man.
That's why I'm like, but Sundowns, I don't know what water they're drinking, but I think Orlando Pirates would love that Kool-Aid.
Pirates are better. Chiefs who want the Kool-Aid. Chiefs, those are the people that need it, They need it.
They do need the Kool-Aid.
But Pirates, though.
But Pirates successfully made it to the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals of the Nedbank Cup.
Tibs.
They won 3-1. But it was a struggle to watch, I like the keeper. Pirates' keeper.
The shadow 40,
A 40. He makes keeping look hard. He makes it seem like you need to do more than stop the ball from getting into the net. Like he's that person in the maths class where you, if it's 3 plus 3, but you'll still type in the calculator because
3 plus 3
because he makes it harder than it seems to be.
Yeah, man.
Because if Maritzburg never scored that first goal, he would have been sent off.
That tackle.
Because he tackled the man outside the box.
The box, yes.
Without getting none of the ball.
Yeah.
Would have been red card, 10 men, Pirates could be heading back home. So he's lucky that they scored, right? He makes me stressed. I'm stressed watching him defend the goal.
It was a bit scary to watch, and I know the noisy neighbors were ready to run in the parade. However, I know like the Pirates came back, 2 goals in less than a minute.
In a minute,
less than a minute, came back, and then that's when they decided to play football because the majority of the time they looked very lost in something. But they came back. I mean, I'm not sure if it's kudos to Zenbauer or to the players. You know, it goes either way. But they came back, did well, ended up winning 3-1. And it was great. It was curtains for Maritzburg United. Unfortunately, our KZN team, it's out. They just have to focus on in the league, and I think that's better. You know, sometimes you don't just need less the stress. You know, just lose out on the other things and focus. And same thing that Amazulu is going through right now.
Amazulu sadly lost 1-0 to Black Leopards. There's a very sad defeat, but there was it's a Nedbank Cup, right? The Cup of Dreams. So we have 2 underdog stories to discuss. Our boys that defeated our team that we're not going to discuss.
We're not going to even talk about.
The team we're not going to discuss. Richards Bay. How and I don't know where Richards Bay is. I just know Richards Bay Minerals. But Richards Bay won 2-1. They made it. Like the Cinderella story continues.
Continues, man. It's been fantastic. And a big shout out to obviously the coach Glad that is doing some fantastic work with Richards Bay. I know even in the Glad Africa Champions League, they right there. They're right there, fighting for that promotion. They're doing really well, and it just shows that it's the Nedbank Cup. It's obviously the FA Cup football of South Africa, and it also showcases players and what some other coaches can do. A Richards Bay team, you would not give him a chance. Season started anyway, and they were playing Chiefs at some points. They won. They fought back. It's just a great story, and it obviously continues. I'm happy for Richards Bay. It's great. We obviously have a representative here in KZN, which is also great. And because now all the other teams, they lost out. So it's beautiful. It's a beautiful love story. We all love it. It's a typical cup story that we
underdog, the guy that literally never made it to the big team, playing for that small local team,
definitely
really wants to make it to the top, and now he's been given a platform performing in SuperSport. Seeing people, scouts, seeing him, it's really a great opportunity to showcase our local brand. It's not just the same players that you see from the big clubs, because there's some teams there that I've never heard of before. Now Pretoria Callies. I've never. I don't even know what a Cali is, but I know it's there. But it's in Pretoria, and they also in the quarterfinals won 5-4, and then in the more of a controversial game, Chippa versus Cape Town City, because Chippa won 2-1 in extra time, but Cape Town City made 3 substitutions at half time, and then in extra time had a player injured and couldn't make a sub. So they played a majority of a lot of the game and all of extra time without 10 men.
And you know what? Maybe we can talk about this some other time. But this is the thing, though. With those sort of like subs, there are 4 subs. There are tactical ones, and when you get to a point where you've used them all, and there should be like sort of like a forced, a sub that you can make in case of an injury sub. However, obviously now teams will cheat, and then they say, no, this guy is out, go there and lie down. Then it's like, now they make that sub. But look, something we probably have to look into. But it was just one of those situations where, you made your subs too early. It could be like it's the case. You can make your subs too early, and you obviously that's not the team's or the organizer's fault. So that's what it is.
Hey, but it's a very sad time. I don't know if you can tell, I'm wearing my Manchester United jersey. Because we had a really nice bet, and it was so close. It was so close. We had a nice bet that if Man United win, Sbu's going to wear this Man United jersey. If Chelsea wins, I was going to wear Sbu's Chelsea jersey. And then it was so close. because Sbu said he would not wear the Man United jersey if Man United win 1-0 with a Bruno Fernandes penalty. And it didn't happen.
It didn't happen.
And I have to say, was that a penalty in your mind?
Listen. Putting my team aside, that was a legitimate penalty, bro.
Huh?
That was a legitimate penalty. I am telling you right now. Look, dude. I mean, look, we banter, then we get to a point where we have to be serious. And let's be honest. I mean, there were incidents where penalties like that were given.
Oh yes,
right?
Yes.
What's the difference with this one?
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? This guy will go over to the VAR, you look at it, you play it, and you know what was the reasoning behind not awarding the penalty? They said Hudson-Odoi's hand did not move towards the ball. Now that was that's a very dubious call.
Yeah.
Again, you know, my thing is, first of all, the old rules or the rule that has always been there is that your hands should be on the sides. You're in its natural position. They were high up there, Chief.
Yeah, they were living. They were
living. They were flying.
It was diving, man.
So already it's there. Regardless of the aftermath of Hudson-Odoi touching the ball, and then he went on to touch Mason Greenwood's hand. But that is a penalty. Yeah, that is a penalty.
Like the thing that, because with the hand, like it has to be a hand in an unnatural position. Why is his hand up here?
Exactly.
So for me, like I actually as a Man United fan, I actually was like, cool. I feel like it could have been a penalty, but I'm like, in my mind, because this is where I want to get to. Like VAR, cool. Ref never saw it clearly. VAR was like, "Hey fam, hey, bruh, go check."
Sure.
Homie went. He looked. And then he said, I don't think it's a penalty. So then for me, like the rules can change, but I'm like, I feel like the ref did his thing, but the ref saw the footage.
Yeah.
So if the ref doesn't think it's a penalty, I can't complain. Like that's where I'm getting to. I'm like, bro, it needs to get to that thing. That's why I think football needs to go very similar to cricket, where you have a review system, bro, where the captain gets to make 2 reviews every time. Because
no. That would not be fair. That would not be fair. But look at it. Look at it.
I just never thought it, because the ref saw the footage. If he never thought it's a penalty, then what can I say, bro?
But that's stupid though. Think about it. Dude, VAR works.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. I'm not sure if you remember the Chelsea and Atletico game, like a week or 2 ago.
Yeah.
They had to check Olivier Giroud's goal for like 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2.5 minutes.
The ref made sure. That was not the only case. In Europe, so like in European competitions, that's what I mean, like in Champions League, they take their time, they make sure that whatever call I make, they have all the time. This guy goes over there, wastes our time, and they will come back and say it's not a penalty. However, like we like you can see it's a penalty. Like, when do the rules change? Why should they change? I mean, I think it was on Saturday, like West Brom.
West Brom, yes.
On Saturday,
West Brom and Brighton,
Similar incident. Penalty. Then on Sunday, they changed overnight. Rubbish.
That's
rubbish.
But like what I like is because now you know the ref is to blame. It's not the system. So then for me, I'm like, no, I can blame for me, then there's one person to blame. The ref made the wrong decision, and the reason why we're talking about the ref and about this penalty decision, because the rest of the game, you wasted 90 minutes of your life. Like, the rest of the game, for me, everyone is like, Bruno Fernandes doesn't perform in big games. For me, it's not his fault, in my opinion. Because he's not blessed with pace. He's the type of person that passes people into space.
Why didn't he pass people into space? He should have done that then.
And then, for me, the thing is, both Rashford, Martial, Greenwood, Daniel James, whoever you play, like as soon as they get the ball, they lose it. They don't do it. So then how are they going to build up play if McTominay and Fred are bodyguarding Maguire and Lindelof because they can't be trusted to defend? They can't be. So then they're out there. So he's by himself. Who is he going to pass to that's going to hold the ball up, link up play with? He needs his Pogbas. He needs Cavani back. So at least he has people he can play with. Because the other players up front, bruh, they're chilling. They're not performing. The front three aren't performing. So that's all I'm gonna blame. I saw Bruno running, tackling, tracking back, trying to make a pass, but then it goes to Martial, loses the ball in 5 seconds.
It's not a bad point. It's not a bad point. However, my thing is now, okay, so you have that guy who can create play. He's a playmaker, right? So he's done something and this and that. However, the entire United side was flat. It was they were lucky they did not lose the game. Great save by David De Gea there from Hakim Ziyech. They were lucky, and also with Chelsea, you look at that team and there's some sort of resurgence and there's sort of the sort of belief now. Players now they take a chance. And this is similar to how they played in the first time. Chelsea would play with the football. United would try and break into, but end up not doing that. How United, remember Lampard's first game, United won 4-0.
Yeah.
Chelsea were playing all the football.
And Man United just hit them on the counter.
Just get them on the counter. So it's sort of like what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think when it comes to top 6, he just get a point is fine.
Yeah.
And it's, as a coach and for the team, that is good. Don't care about your quality football. It doesn't matter. It doesn't win you games. Doesn't. United are still second.
Yep.
They didn't lose.
Nope.
And Chelsea are not within 3 points to them. So that is a good weekend for them. They shouldn't even be happy, to be sad. Whether Bruno Fernandes has an impact there, it's fine. You only have 6 teams out of the 20. The next 14 teams, if you score a hat-trick in over the 14 teams, you are a great player for that season. So it doesn't really matter. But my thing is, if you can't get those results, bro, chuck it, bro.
Yeah,
Hamba.
No. The reason why it's such a big issue is because Bruno Fernandes was the most captain player in fantasy football this week.
This weekend.
So there was the biggest double game week in fantasy football history. It was 7 teams are playing double game week, so the second fixtures are being played this week. So Bruno Fernandes was the most captain player, and people
were waiting for the penalty.
They were waiting, bro. All the managers are like, "Hurry, fam, help me!" And it was really a tough game. It was tough tactics for some players because there were some players that were really on fire, bro. Like Spurs. If you had a Spurs player today, Gareth Bale was the MVP for fantasy. 2 goals and assists. Song had 2 assists. Kane scored. A lot of people triple captain Kane. I triple captain Calvert-Lewin like a fool.
Wow.
And did nothing.
Like a buffoon you are.
Like the buffoon I am, but there's one more game to fix it. And then Martinez, I've never had him all season, but Aston Villa have the second most clean sheets. He's killing it, got 10 points.
Definitely.
So I just want to know, for your fantasy team, who did you triple captain? Are you selling Bruno Fernandes? Because everybody's selling Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah.
I'm being strong and staying loyal, but what is your idea of what your fantasy team is looking? I'm looking to bring in Kevin De Bruyne. Put us in the comments below.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Right. So
on other sad news, also slightly happy news, because Tiger Woods, he had a car accident this past week, and he survived the car accident. He's recovered from surgery. He's had his fibia. I think, fibia. I went me and medical terms, fibia, tibia, and
but he had something on the leg there.
But he has had his fibia repaired, and he's even been moved to a hospital closer to his house. So he's doing well. And the golfing fraternity over the weekend honored him by all wearing his red and black usual his attire. So,
definitely, So that's great. That's one of the things in other golf news that everyone should be celebrating. Brendan Grace, who won in the Puerto Rico. South African, definitely. And it was such a great story because obviously it was a bit emotional because he lost his dad through COVID-19. So that's one of the things that's really great. And it's obviously mixed emotions there. You're happy but sad, your dad is not there. And obviously it was his first time winning in 5 years. So that's one other thing that you would have loved to see or to have your dad around and to witness that. So bittersweet, but congrats to him. Kudos. We're wishing
everyone's families our condolences and congratulations.
Definitely.
So a South African won. There had to be a South African team that won the T20 challenge. It was the Dolphins versus the Lions. Dolphins undefeated in the round robin phase, win the toss, and they said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to bat.
Do you think they got it wrong though? From the call?
Actually.
Do you think they got it wrong from then?
Well, the thing is, you're going to say that they got it wrong because they lost. Not only because they lost, but now you won the toss, you decided to bat, and then you're 15 for 3 after 3 overs. Then you haven't done your job. You know what I'm saying? But in the whole analysis of the game, because even though they only lost by 4 wickets and the Lions got their the Lions only got the 108 or whatever they had to chase down to the 90th over. It clearly wasn't a baddest pitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like my main issue is again like the Lions have a chock-a-block team. They have a team full of Proteas, Bavuma, Rabada,
Riza,
Hendricks, both of them, bruh, Burn and Riza. You can pick a Hendricks, man. You can pick Hendricks, And so like they have even Fortain out here from T20. Like they have a really strong team. But bowling was always their strength. So I don't know if maybe we should have put them on the back foot to begin with.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky. It's a bit tricky because now you're thinking, probably the thinking was like, look, yes, they have a strong bowling attack. Let's try and just knock it out the park as often as we can. And because obviously most of the guys they've been playing well. With the batsmen, they coming in, they doing things. Nobody could have thought that it was gonna go that bad. However, Gaston Rabada was killing it, eh? With his 3, I was killing it.
He was, and also very economical. Like he went for under 7 runs.
Yes, definitely.
And I'm like, but it's T20, bro. How are you going under?
But it was great. So that's the thing, though. They came with a plan, and I think they sort of like, even if they won the toss, they probably would have opted with the bowling first because it seemed like they were ready. Because all their bowlers got wickets. Yeah. Like 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then. That obviously says a lot about obviously they're using their strength in bowling, and they have really, really solid bowlers, and guys that can slog in and they come in, and like with who was it? Was it Fortain or is it Fortain or I think he top scored with 39 if I'm not mistaken. I think it was him, but correct me if I'm wrong. It's okay, but their top scorer was going at 39, and
that was Hendricks. Hendricks was at
Riza Hendricks, definitely. Yes, my bad. Yeah, Riza Hendricks at 39, and then Rugby Freilich was top scorer for the Dolphins with 30. Yeah. So that obviously with obviously the Dolphins innings having someone your highest undefeated at 30.
And also he was your pinch hitter. Like he was your middle order, lower order batsman, the one. Because he had to come at the resurgence because he's like, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to say. But the one thing I do have to give the Dolphins, because they were undefeated the whole round robin phase, and also like Lions were pretty comfortable. They were 60 for 1. Everyone was happy, and then it became 80 for 5, and like you're like, hey, actually,
this might happen.
So for me, I want to give the Dolphins for fighting, bro. Like as much as bro, that first round they got hit with that knockout punch, bro. They're like, they were like with the wobbly legs. They're like, nah, fam, we still gonna fight. We still gonna fight.
We got something.
They were trying to make the Rocky comeback, and like I feel like there was a run out decision that was a little bit dubious because the cameraman never quite got the correct angle. So then the umpire was correct off. He can't give it as a direct decision that it was out. Yeah. So maybe that could have swung the game 6 for 85. The Lions could have then been put under pressure. But in the end, the Lions played the better game. Like you said, every one of their bowlers took wickets. Yeah. They had more like top run scorers. It was a more complete performance.
But also, like as much as they had, not all their batsmen were great. I mean, like they got like what 2 players maybe, or even one who was in their 30s, and it obviously is not a huge thing. I mean, it's bittersweet for the Dolphins, having been, because the Dolphins are undefeated for like ever since the MOTC. They've been playing, and they've been playing well. And it's obviously different formats, but the team, the balance of the team, and across all the both formats, they can't really be angry about it. They did well. I think moving forward, we now will be setting our sights to the 4-day franchise. Now we have to see how they do their things there, but. It wasn't as bad. It was a great tournament, and also just to give shout out to the Durban weather, because around about this time
and it was fire.
It was great. Because around about this time, any other year it's always raining. Yeah. And we showed Changeroom that this is how you host a tournament. they had a Brian Friday for all the teams. It was nice. It was great. So yeah, it was a great tournament. I think a lot of us enjoyed it.
Oh no, and I have to give shout out for the Dolphins, the Kaizander and Maharaj. They were real MVPs for the entire tournament, and like, are we happy that you guys did us proud, bro?
Definitely.
So, our favorite time of the week, fam. Our most valuable player. So for everyone home, of all the sports that we have analyzed, all the sports that happened this week, who is your most valuable player?
Yeah.
Put in the comments below. We'll have discussions.
Definitely.
Who was your most valuable player?
Well, yeah, it doesn't have to be the sports we talked about.
Yeah, any sport.
We didn't cover NBA, so if you felt like LeBron was good, Steph Curry took 29 points
James
at 28.
Harden also helped him come through with the steal.
Exactly.
Nah.
Hey, Lakers were doing bad. Yeah?
Hey, bro.
They lost for like 4 games in a row.
Hey, bro, they're puzzling, bro. But like people like, you know, they have so many games, bro. They play like 60 games.
Yeah.
And they play every 3 days. Like people get tired. Like it's
it is what it is. But yeah, my most valuable player, let me see, I wrote them down.
Okay,
yes, I remember one.
Okay, I remember.
No, I spoke about him earlier, Pepsi Mtelezi. Or Apelefa. So it's between the two. So yeah, it's between the two those guys. I think they played really well. I was proud to watch those guys play like that, especially Pepsi. So yeah.
For me, it has to be the comeback kid, Gareth Bale, the Bale Force win. Because we've made fun of Jose Mourinho for a long time. And for me, what I can say is maybe this was what he was missing. Bale's like, cool, people don't believe in me in Real Madrid. Jose Mourinho hasn't believed in me since I've been here. Put me on the field. And now he's like, maybe it's a one-hit wonder. But for me, I thought Tottenham looked like a team that could score goals.
But relax, man. It's only Burnley. Yes, Sbu. Everybody's blowing their. It's only Burnley, man. Yes, Sbu. Overpraising this guy. You like the English media. When a young boy comes in, a young boy, they're like, hey, this guy. They give his stats about how many scores he scored. Like how they did with the Ravel Morrison. Where is he now? Yes,
I'm a Gareth Bale fan, bro. Like for me, I remember back in the day when he was in Tottenham, tearing it up against Inter Milan and Maicon. Like if you love fantasy, like Gareth Bale was always the player to have, bruh. He was a defender that plays as a striker.
It was
all the points.
We was there, we're wearing that number 3.
So then for me, MVP, Gareth Bale. Let's hope that this form continues.
Definitely.
So then, I think, team of the week.
Are you going first?
No. Well, like for me, it had to be Wales, bruh. For me, Wales are out here making it's not a one-horse race between France and...
Even though they doing the wrong way, but it's fine.
No, they're doing it in various ways.
Unorthodox, but
And that's what I said, fam. Winning, that's all that counts.
All that matters.
If they win, if they have the name on the trophy, no one be like, yo, that one penalty decision.
Maybe we won't, but I know I will. But my team of the week is between the two teams. I always have something like 1 or 2. Because I think between the Bulls and the Lions, I think the Joburg guys had a great weekend. Bulls and the Lions. I mean, obviously they were playing against EP Elephants. Maybe that one is a bit too much, but they scored like 80 points. That's massive, And Lions, I mean, they literally won the game that matters the most. And basically, with all that quality on paper, they really had to, show up and show what they're capable of. So those are my teams. And what's your team?
I said it was Wales, but
I'm talking about the people at home.
Who
are you?
I thought you were talking to. Why are you looking at me? Look at the camera.
I was looking around different cameras.
Look at the camera, if you look at me. But so then obviously my game of the week had to be Cheetahs vs Stormers. If you guys haven't watched, do yourselves a favor. You will see side steps, goose steps. One homie falls on the floor. You saw the homie. The homie that broke his ankle as soon as he got sidestepped. He's like, hey.
Rocco Speckman was bounced, bro. He was bounced almost off the park, but not off the park, but still, it was bounced as much as he was sidestepping, but he got bounced.
But that sidestep though, I've never been sidestepped when I fall on the floor, bro. That was him. I saw him, bro. He was like, I'm gonna tackle you. So please, guys, do yourselves a favor. That is the fixture to have watched this week.
Definitely.
So, Sbu, do you have our predictions for the week? Man?
Yes. Time to pull out the card because I always do it this time around. Yes. Let's do it with the card. I have so many things here. Right. So I've picked out actually 2 fixtures. That we obviously gonna talk about. So this is coming up on the 4th of March. That's on Thursday. Liverpool and Chelsea. It's gonna be an exciting one. It's gonna be exciting.
I go Chelsea,
That's a good boy.
I go Chelsea.
That's a good boy.
I go Chelsea.
That's a good boy.
Chelsea.
I go Liverpool.
What?
Joking. Never. Never.
No.
So that's what it is. So tell us what you think of how that game will turn out. And perhaps if you want to stretch it a bit further, through our social media, you can at the Changeroom ZA talk about perhaps how they could line up and your basically overview. Even after the game, the game, you can talk about it, continue the whole conversation on Facebook and also on Instagram. There's another one, like I did mention earlier on, Wales and England. Yeah. Ne? Yeah.
Nah,
no, Wales and France.
Wales and France.
France, my goodness.
Yeah,
no, Wales and France.
We just discussed that game.
Yeah. Sorry, Wales and France. And I don't think I even have to ask you what you think. I know you don't
know what's going to happen. We know.
You're not going with France, I know.
Yeah, no. I'm anti-France. And there's no Viva la
Because,
there's no more Wawa Wiwaing or croissants.
No more.
I'm done with the croissant, fam.
So you're going Wales?
I have to, fam.
Wales, France.
I want to know how they win part 4, fam. There have been 2 yellow cards, ref in the pocket. I need round 4, fam. How can Wales make it? I don't understand. They're going to get a fan to run in the field and streak. That's what I'm waiting for.
That'd be funny. That'd be good.
Distraction.
But yeah, obviously, like everybody knows, I've been rooting for France ever since the start of this show. So for the past 3 weeks, it's been Wales. Sorry, it's been France. Never. Wales.
Yeah.
Out of my mouth. But yeah, that's what it is. And then
then the big one, obviously, the Manchester derby coming through, Manchester United versus Man City. And I have to, because of consistency, go for 0-0. Think about it, man. I was confident before, but if I was using my logic, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's past 5 matches against a top 6 opponent, it's been 0-0. So I gotta go with form, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to come there. You'll see Fred, you'll see McTominay being the bouncers and standing in front of Maguire and Lindelof, and I'm like, bro, come score.
Have you not been watching Man City lately, bro?
I have, and
you think United can contain that Man City?
Bro, I've seen stranger things happen, fam.
Yeah, but not with Man City. No.
Watch me. I guarantee Man United will not lose to Man City. I guarantee.
Yeah, I know, guys. Look, I'm not going with Man City, but this guy right here, you need some juice, some different sorts of juice. I don't know what juice it is or whatever. You need some holy something, though.
No. Trust me, the buffoonery will start, fam.
It will continue. Because you're always saying weird things, but then it's been great. It's been dope.
It's been super cool, actually.
It's been super cool.
It's been super cool. So, Sbu?
Yeah, so we are available on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
And we are also available on social media at the Changeroom ZA.
Yes, on Instagram and Facebook.
Definitely.
And also we will be posting short clips of this entire video on those channels. You can like, you can comment, and we'll have conversation with us too. If you believe that Tib is right, which everyone does, and believes Sbu is wrong, then you know how it is.
Not even one person has ever disagreed with me, by the way.
No, that's the thing. See, buffoonery supports buffoonery. No one can see the light. That's the issue. No one can see the light, so prepare to see the light next week. My name is Tibs.
And I'm Sbu.
And we are the Changeroom. Goodbye.